Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to share something really important about how life actually works. We are talking about the law of nature, and specifically, how your desires become reality. The world you are living in right now, everything you are experiencing, is not random. It is not luck. It is not just what happened to you. It's a direct reflection of what your heart, consciously or unconsciously, once wanted to experience. Even if your current reality feels frustrating or nothing like you think you want, your inner state, your emotional energy has been shaping it all along. Now you might ask, if this is what I created, why would I choose something so difficult? Let's break it down through a common example. According to the law of nature, there are no coincidences. Not a single event in your life is just happening. Everything, whether it feels good or bad, is something your innate world brought to life. Let's say you caught a cold and had to miss work. You might think it's random. Maybe it was because you were invited out by a colleague. You dressed too lightly. You were exhausted. You got exposed to a virus in a crowded place. So now you are in bed, sick, stressed, falling behind on work. But here's the deeper truth. You didn't miss work because you got sick. You got sick because your heart wanted rest. I'm going to repeat this one more time. You didn't miss work because you got sick. You got sick because your heart wanted rest. Maybe you couldn't admit you needed a break. Maybe you felt guilty asking for time off. So, your inner being created a way to make it happen without needing permission. And you got what you truly wanted. You got to rest. You had a time to rest. And you were able to step away. Even what feels inconvenient might actually be a form of answered prayer. At first, you might think, maybe I shouldn't have gone out. Maybe I should have worn something warmer. But then you begin to notice the colleague who invited you out, the decision to wear light clothing, the timing, the location, none of it was random. It was all set up perfectly by the laws of nature, moved by the energy of your own heart. When your inner state deeply wants reset, life makes sure you get it, whether you ask for it directly or not. So next time you might say, I'll be careful. I'll eat better, sleep more, avoid going out. But if your heart still wants rest, it will find another way. Maybe next time you sprain your ankle, or your train gets canceled, or the office shuts down. It doesn't have to be a cold. Whatever matches your inner state is what you will manifest. This principle doesn't just apply to illness. It applies to relationships, to money, to conflict, to patterns that keep repeating. You were criticized online? Maybe your heart wanted to release pride or face what you've been avoiding. You lost money? Maybe your innate state was asking for a reset or chance to surrender. You had another fight with your partner? Sometimes Conflict is the only way we allow ourselves to be heard. Even betrayal, rejection, or perceived failure can be expressions of your emotional needs. You might say, "There's no way I want this." But if something keeps happening, there is a hidden benefit your heart is still choosing. Maybe it helps you avoid risk. Maybe it makes you feel seen. Maybe it allows you to delay something scarier. The law of nature responds to your emotional truth, not just your words. In nature, everything comes in pairs: light and shadow, left and right, gain and loss. No experience is one sided. Even pain contains purpose. Even hardship contains value. Until you see the benefit your heart is getting, you will keep unconsciously choosing the same cycle. So the next time something painful happens, pause and ask, what part of me is being served by this? What emotional truth am I avoiding? What desire am I afraid to admit? When you begin to listen to your heart honestly, you stop needing illness, chaos, or breakdowns to justify what you truly want. And that's when life begins to feel lighter, more direct, and more aligned with who you really are. This is it for today. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.